Thanks for watching. Time for Fashion Watch. Please start talking to us using the hashtag Fashion Watch. We'd like to know what you've been up to in the week that was, and of course send in your comments on what we'll be critiquing tonight. Our resident Fashion Watch panelists are in studio tonight. Let me start with Robert Burale, who bagged an award at the OLX Awards. Yay!
Yes, thank you. This is it.
Okay, so
of course, thank everybody who listened to me, and I missed you guys actually. I hope you missed me.
But we did,
for you though.
Yes, I know.
Okay,
so yes.
So that, okay, yeah, my director says hold it well. So this is what, Facebook Personality of the Year?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay, image consultant, motivational speaker with an amazing personality, clearly. Robert Burale. Also with us is Adele Onyango. She is a celebrity fashion stylist, and she will be critiquing what we have for you tonight. Also with us in studio, Carol Odero, also another award-winning fashion journalist. Not only Robert gets awards here. Carol Odero with us as well in studio, and of course Ian Mbogwa, our celebrity judge, with us in studio. You know him for his roles in various productions across the country. So let's begin with what was happening in the week that was, and we'll start with the CNN Awards. Okay, so let's start with this, and this is not the CNN Awards, I beg your pardon. This is Remy Majala of K24, and I want to begin with, you know, her choice of African print, and of course just the fact that she, what am I saying? Okay, let's talk about what she's wearing. Start with Carol.
Well, I love this outfit. For a lot of women, when we do African print, it tends to be very overwhelming. The best way to do it is to show some skin and then use a very classic silhouette, which you can see she's done. The skater dress is very trendy, and showing a bit of skin is a very good way of breaking the monotony and that whole visual effect of the print.
Yes.
In terms of going for a formal event, whether it's formal or it's a cocktail, whatever the event is, because I'm not really sure what it is, it looks like she's definitely gotten the memo and she's gotten it right.
Okay, and Annabelle, what do you think about this dress with the A-line skirt and just the African print on it as well? Did she do it well?
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a traditional African print here with a very classic silhouette. That A-line shape is flattering on pretty much every body shape you can think of. And it's a demure silhouette, but I love the fact that she's counterbalanced the demure with the sexy by having that cutout on her chest. And, you know, it's a neutral print. She's worn a neutral shoe to go with it. I think she looks like perfection.
Okay, great. Let's take a look at what else was happening and where it was happening. Okay, so this, again, the CNN Awards, and these girls, again, choosing to go with African print. A red carpet event it was, and they opted to go with the African print. Robert, let me get your thoughts on African print and the red carpet, and what you think about, of course, the length, because there's different lengths going on there. Yeah.
I think if you asked me, the African print now is totally being abused. Why do I say that? Like we saw Majala, she did it very well. But for example, the lady in the middle, very beautiful, but it's too busy. You're trying to compete within yourself, and we can't get who you are. In fact, if I was to walk and say hello to her, I would be totally caught up in the outfit and miss out on any other thing. So I think she should have basically gone for 1 or 2 colors at most, not competing with each other, so that we also concentrate on her beauty. Because now the dress is too busy, if you ask me. The other ladies, I will not say much. The lady with the long dress looks absolutely fantastic. The one with the yellow top on the bottom, I think the shoes are not the right one for that kind of outfit, if you ask me.
Okay. And Ian, again, once again, talking about the red carpet. And sometimes we celebrate people who do the African print. Sometimes we think it's too busy. Sometimes we think it's tacky. What do you think for the CNN Awards? Of course, it's an African affair, this particular event. So what do you think about their choice to do African print?
I think if you're going to do the African print, just like Robert has said, just keep it simple. The one, I totally agree. The one in the middle it's just too much, and then with the yellow head scarf, it's too busy. It's too busy. Just keep it plain, simple.
Okay.
Have prints that are small, subtle. Yes.
Annabelle, which stands out for you? And then again, this is a group photo, so it might look a bit busy. But what do you think? Did these girls actually kill it on the red carpet? Could they have been a bit too busy for that particular event, busily dressed? What do you think?
I mean, I think African print is by its very nature busy. Like, it's hard to find, you know, a minimalist African print. They're all sort of many colors, busy pattern. So I have no problem with African prints. I think it's all about the styling. And I don't think there was a misstep with any of these three girls. I think the girl in the middle, so I disagree with the boys, because I think the girl in the middle, actually, she's recognized the fact that her print is quite bold, and so she's drawn one color out of it, which is the yellow, and she's taken it to her head in a basic sort of turban. And I think that's such a sort of a fresh way of interpreting African print. I like it personally. I think all three girls here are showing us three different interpretations of what you can do with African print. And even though
the one in the middle?
I would not personally, because the print is too bold, but I think she does it really well. I think we should encourage women to wear African print, because that's where fashion is going.
Not too busy.
They're all busy. Well, African print is busy.
I would say, because if you're thinking of the busy part, if you're going to wear African print on the red carpet, go with something that makes you look youthful. So the idea is to get a shape that is classic. You know, go make it look like a very modern outfit, except it's African print. Then that can actually work for you. And then if you're minimizing the amount of print, mix it with a bold neutral color or just a neutral color to just balance the whole, you know, jumping at you effect. It can work if you show skin, like you can see that all of them have done that. But basically, if you're doing red carpet and you want to make it formal, then you keep the African print streamlined and then you balance it out with another color. Yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts on African print? Do you like it? Use the hashtag FashionWatch. This is a real Cook Studio premiered on Citizen TV last Sunday. Catch it once again tomorrow, 8 p.m. every Sunday right here on Citizen TV Cook Studio. This is Avril during her performance, and she has an African print cropped top, or call it what you may, and tights, high waist tights or pants. So this look, Ian, for you who critiques and judges performing artists, does she look comfortable? Is this a look that works for Avril? What do you think?
I think she looks really nice in that. She's got a good body, and the color, the orange, the green, subtle prints, Annabelle, and the black tie. She looks very nice, very nice. I hope she sounded just as well.
Okay. Annabelle, for Avril, who is a curvy girl, what do you think about this look on her? How would you have dressed her?
I mean, we've talked about Avril on the show before. She's a beautiful girl. She's a petite little thing. She has the cutest face and the most curvaceous body. She is a bombshell. I watched this performance, and unfortunately, TV adds pounds. I look like a whale on the show. and it's really unforgiving, the camera. And I think in a case like this, I wish her stylist had given her something that was a little more flattering and more covered up. I think this was probably intentional because it was a sexy song.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you factor in the camera pounds, it does her a little disservice. And she's so beautiful, like, she really can do no wrong. But I feel like in this case, there should have been a little more coverage.
Okay, you agree, Robert? I see you smiling because you're so anti any skin, showing any skin.
No, I actually think she's brought her A game.
What?
Oh,
What?
Absolutely. This is now what I call top-notch dressing. Why am I saying that? She's busy on the top, and the black bottom calms down everything. And then what she's put at the neck is because she knows she draws attention 360 degrees, right? So then she knows she has a bare top, is it? So what she's put on her neck is to also tone it down, like, don't put your attention only on one place. And I absolutely give her 10 over 10.
Those are Adele Dejak jewelry pieces, by the way. Adele Dejak at Village Market.
Great, nice, very nice. Carol, what do you think about... okay, let's go back to Avril, please. We're not quite done with her. Let's get Carol's thoughts on Avril. What do you think?
Well, I think, you know, this looks very beautiful. I can just see, I can't really fault the putting together of the look. But where there seems to be a slight off is that when you're pear-shaped, a lot of women tend to go to try to minimize the bottom, and then sometimes the colors they use or the designs they wear make the torso look smaller, so it can make you look out of proportion. So if you're going to go black at the bottom and try to show off this upper part of the body, find something that makes your torso stretch so you look taller and it looks longer, so it doesn't look like it's compressed, then it doesn't make your calves look excessive.
Okay, well said. Hashtag is Fashion Watch. Talk to us. And this again, going back to the CNN awards, and I think a lot of, I don't know if there was a specific dress code for this event, but then again there seems to be a lot going on there with these award winners. African print on one side, checked jacket on the other side. Robert, and this was hosted here in the country. So for Kenyan journalists, if it were you that was nominated for an award, what would you have had? Or if you were dressing Kenyan journalists, or they called you and asked you, Robert, what should we wear? Or what should I wear because I think I'm bagging an award tonight? What would you have dressed them in? The gentleman.
Yes, the fact that it's an CNN African Awards does not mean you really must dress African, and that's where we're getting it wrong. We're overusing the name African. I would have thought the men should have killed it with the tuxedos. Now, the guy in a checked coat, and I'm sorry to say this, every 10 men who walk in town, 7 have that coat. That kind of coat, just different shades. It's a bit tiring now, isn't it? And for an award ceremony, that is not the right thing to have gone with. You understand? So for the journalists, we are used to seeing them in T-shirts because they are doing the reports. This is the one time...
No, okay.
No, the ones on the field.
Well, okay.
No, I'm saying we are used to seeing them in the field. Okay. But this is the one time that they should have brought their A game. Do the tuxedos, do the bow tie, bring your swag on.
Absolutely.
You know, someone would think they just left the field and patted their faces and went in straight to get their awards. So please, let's try and bring your A game. The fact that it's CNN African Awards is just because it's African journalists, but your dressing should be right for an award ceremony.
Do you agree, Annabelle?
I completely agree. I mean, it's like Bob said, this is sort of what you would buy on Moy Avenue kind of a thing, you know? It's not appropriate for an award winner to be this underdressed. And I feel like because it was the CNN Awards, I mean, it's not just us watching, it's the world watching. And this is the perception that they're getting about Kenyan journalism. So guys, you need to step it up.
If you go on a Sunday afternoon to see fathers with their daughters and sons having nyamachoma, that is the coat they wear. And I'm very serious. I have a coat like that.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Ian, I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
No, I totally agree.
Seriously, image-wise.
Yes, they look terrible. For an award ceremony, for them to go dressed like that, that's an insult to us.
Okay. Is it, Carol?
Well, it is. Speaking as a journalist, I know that I'll be eaten alive, but journalists tend to be very lax about their style, and it has actually, I know that it was actually a problem when I was doing magazine journalism, and they had to keep telling us there is a particular way you have to carry yourself, because there are places you have to go, especially if you're doing lifestyle, you know, then you have to go into 5-star restaurants, you get to meet all these personalities, then there is a certain expectation that you will carry yourself to meet that. So if you're a journalist, there is a certain kind of care that you do need to take in certain instances. You might not want to do it on a daily basis, which is understandable, but when the occasion calls for it, you have to rise to the occasion. Yes.
Okay. What do you think? The hashtag is Fashion Watch. Not to attack journalists, but just you know, really food for thought there. This is Ibanga Esinge. I hope I pronounced it right. He works for the Premium Times newspaper in Nigeria. So this is a Nigerian brother bringing it. And okay, so going back to African, you know, just being African and stepping it up. I want to talk to you, Robert, about this look. This guy is Nigerian. The thing about Nigerians is that they're so proud of who they are, unapologetically, by the way. Kenyans, we tried our Kenyan what is it called? Kenyan outfit.
Backfired like nobody's business.
The national Kenyan outfit, which I've never seen on anyone really. So talk about this look on this guy and whether we could borrow a leaf from them.
Now, this photo speaks 1,000 words. But if I take this photo and give to a Kenyan man, we'll be bashing that Kenyan man. Because there's a way you must carry it. And, you know, it's not a motion picture, but you can tell that this is a man who is confident from within. Now, this is a guy who doesn't do fashion, he does style, where everything works for you. If you give him a t-shirt written Kimbo, he will make it look good because of what they feel about themselves. And that is why you see most of the Kenyan, when you go for these awards, we dress down because that's how we feel about ourselves inside. But if you feel good about yourself, whatever you wear, when you walk, as I say, you don't walk like an apology. You walk like you know what you're... So this outfit may look very bad on someone else, but it just made it look good.
Annabelle, tell us about this outfit, if you're aware, what the style is all about, and if not, what do you think about this look?
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea what the history of this outfit is. Yeah. But what I do know is that this man is killing that outfit. I mean, I really love the way in Nigeria, they really respect their tradition, their fashion tradition. And I love the way that they find new ways to interpret their fabric. And it never ends. Like, there's always a new style out there. There's always a new fabric. There's always a new texture. They do it so well. And this is an older man. This man looks like he's maybe 60 plus. And look at him. Look how much swagger this man has.
Even the way he's carried what he's carrying.
Yeah.
Someone else would have put it under the...
In a paper bag?
Yes.
And it's even unclear if this is a pair of pants or a skirt. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it looks good.
Yeah. Ian.
He's just saying, proudly Nigerian.
Yeah.
Yes, he's representing Nigeria really, really
and he
well.
walks out.
Oh.
Carol, have we been able to say proudly Kenyan in what we wear? Do we see a lot of that out there, proudly Kenyan? Is there anything that you've spotted a Kenyan in that says proudly Kenyan?
Aside from a t-shirt that says proudly Kenyan? No. It's very rare, but I think the reason why the Nigerian looks convincing is the same reason that South Africans also look convincing when it comes to fashion. It's because they have a history and they understand that this legacy is what informs their current mode of dressing. So there is a background to this because Nigeria and their textile industry that's so well developed, and then their insight into fashion makes it workable for him. But with Kenya, because we don't have that, we just, one day we woke up and suddenly we're contemporary. You know, it's like we don't have a beginning. So that actually affects how we wear our fashion because we don't have any context that informs what we wear now based on what we used to wear then. And a lot of fashion like this, for it to feel comfortable, it has to be intergenerational.
Okay. All right, talk to us. Use the hashtag #FashionWatch. This again is this is a multi-choice team at the CNN Awards. And just going back to the award winners earlier, who chose to do the African print and the checked jacket, which Robert says everybody in Nairobi has. These guys, or at least one of them, chose to wear a tuxedo. The other guy is wearing a suit. He's all suited up. And the girl is in a black gown. So, Robert, is this what you were talking about?
Yeah, the gentleman in a bow tie done it very well. And even his pose, you know, look at his fist. It says a lot. Now, the
what
other,
does his fist say? Okay, tell us.
No, it says a lot. No, yeah, exactly. What you see, what Ian has said, he says, I know I'm looking good. Even his chest is kind of out. You understand? Now, the other gentleman is also well dressed, but if you knew you're going for an award ceremony, don't wear a tie. And then don't take a photo holding the program. Because that is the program, isn't it?
What was he going to do with it, though?
You put it in the other hand.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Don't ever take a photo with the program. 6 to 7 o'clock, MC tells people welcome, 8 o'clock. No. And then the lady is very, very, very smart. I wish she had positioned the handbag or clutch bag, whatever you call it.
Bob, you are nitpicking. You are just being rude now. These people look really nice. There is nothing bad. There is nothing bad to say about these people.
You can look good, but in the wrong place. You can enter a football stadium with a hockey stick.
But they look great. I mean, she looks great. Because
they look great.
Except the guy's tie.
Tie, that's what I'm saying.
He should have worn either a black tie or
yes,
something. Yeah.
The guy has a very good suit.
Please
All of
note,
them.
just because you're wearing a suit doesn't mean that you can replace the tie with a tuxedo tie.
Not a bow tie.
You have to
black
get,
tie.
yes,
Black
you have
tie.
to get the
A
black,
black tie.
shirt as well, which has a wing. So because it's not just an ordinary shirt.
No, but even if you're an ordinary shirt, but go with the black tie because the
Black
suit
tie.
fits very
Yes.
well.
Okay, so we all agree Robert is nitpicking and you know, just talking about petty stuff like why is that guy holding the program?
Never take a photo with the program when you go for a function. Never, ever. Or holding your phones, like 5 phones.
Okay.
Just
All right.
phones.
So what do you think? The hashtag is Fashion Watch. Annabelle, I want to get your thoughts on these guys and just, again, on the tie. Because there's a guy there with a tie and there's a guy with a tuxedo. So once again, Carol's saying that you should not just throw the tie away and expect that, you know, if you put on a bow tie, it will sit right. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, my thoughts are that people are clearly watching Fashion Watch and really internalizing what we tell them. And I really love the fact that, you know, these people are keeping it simple. Like, I cannot fault these people. I don't think everybody can wear a tuxedo all the time. And I think in certain cases, if you wear a navy suit that fits you well, I think that's a good stand-in for a tuxedo. As for the lady, you know, keep it classic. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't do too much. She's simple and classic. And I think this is a beautiful picture of how you should look at an awards show.
What about the tie? The guy's tie.
I'm not mad at it. I
Color.
mean, I'm sure if he turned around, we would see like a nice
It's a strip
pocket
tie.
square.
That's a tie to go with
It's
to the
got-
office.
Okay, but he still looks good. Like he's
I don't
made an
dispute that.
effort.
I don't dispute
the
that.
event.
For the event.
I just don't think everybody needs to wear black all the time because it's an event.
You should have worn a plain color.
Okay,
Plain
well,
color
that's,
tie.
that's
Okay.
a matter of opinion.
What do you think? Annabelle doesn't think that everybody necessarily has to wear a tuxedo, but she says, you know, a blue wouldn't have hurt. What is Fashion Watch? Thank you so much for your time. That's all the time we had. Please keep talking to us on social media. Use the SMS number 22422, and we'll do this again on Saturday. Have a lovely evening. Good night.